da 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 da. When I popped off, then your girl gave me just a little bit of la chop.
Hello mga ka-Super Science! Welcome back to Bataan Science Channel. And for today's learning episode, we're going to talk about energy. For our most essential learning competency, you will identify and explain the factors that affect potential and kinetic energy. When we say energy, what comes in your mind? Right. When we say energy, that is the ability or capacity to do work. At alam nyo ba mga ka-super science, there are two main forms of energy. We have kinetic and potential energy. O mga ka-super science, based sa mga binigay nating examples, ano ang mga napansin ninyo? Tama, lahat sila ay gumagalaw. So, ibig sabihin, they possess kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is a form of energy possessed by a body due to its motion, or it is simply referred to as energy of motion or energy of a moving object. So, ibig sabihin mga ka-super science, lahat ng mga bagay na gumagalaw, lahat sila ay nagtataglay na tinatawag nating kinetic energy. At alam nyo ba mga ka-super science, na ang word na kinetic ay hango sa Greek word na kinetikos na ang ibig sabihin ay moving. Now, how to solve kinetic energy? To solve for kinetic energy, meron tayong gagamitin na formula mga ka-super science. We have Ke is equal to 1/2 times mass times velocity squared.
In this equation, Ke is the kinetic energy in joule, m is the object's mass in kilogram, and v is the object's speed in meter per second. Let's try to solve this problem. A 1,000 kilogram car has a velocity of 17 meter per second. What is the car's kinetic energy? First, we will identify the given. The mass of the car is 1,000 kilogram. Its velocity is 17 meter per second. We're going to solve for car's kinetic energy. The formula that we're going to use is Ke is equal to 1/2 times mass times velocity squared. We will substitute the given 1/2 times 1,000 kilogram times 17 meter per second square. 1/2 times 1,000 is equal to 500 kilograms. And then bring down 17 meter per second square. 500 kilogram times 17 squared, that is 289 meters squared per second squared. So, kailangan i-square din natin ang mga units. So, 500 times 289, we will get 144,500 kilogram meter squared per second squared. Or, since 1 Newton is equivalent to kilogram meter per second square, Pwede natin gamitin na unit ay Newton meter or joule. So the car's kinetic energy is 144,500 Newton meter or joule. Since the kinetic energy of an object depends on its mass and velocity, what will happen to the kinetic energy of an object if its mass is doubled, but the velocity remains the same? Correct. The kinetic energy will be doubled. How about if the velocity is doubled but the mass remains the same? Since the kinetic energy is proportional to the square of the speed, thus, if the speed is doubled, the kinetic energy will be quadrupled. Let's move on to the next form of energy.
How about potential energy? Potential energy is a form of energy stored inside an object. So when an object is not moving or it remains at rest, okay, meaning it is known to have potential energy. At kapag ang potential energy na to ay na-release, it can do a lot of work. Now, how to solve potential energy? So, meron tayong gagamitin na formula mga ka-super science. We have potential energy is equal to mass times gravity times height.
In this equation, PE is the potential energy in joules or Newton meter. M is the object's mass in kilograms. G is the acceleration due to gravity and has a constant value of 9.8 meter per second square. H is the height of the object from the reference point in meters. Let's solve this problem. If 1 kilogram book is lifted 0.5 meter above the table, but the tabletop is 1 meter above the floor, what would be the potential energy of the book if the reference level is the floor? Let's identify the given. The mass of the book is 1 kilogram. And then let's write the constant value of acceleration due to gravity, which is 9.8 meter per second squared. And then, let's solve the total height. 0.5 meter plus 1 meter is equal to 1.5 meter. Then we're going to solve for the potential energy. The formula that we're going to use is PE is equal to mass times gravity times height. Then, let's substitute. 1 kilogram times 9.8 meter per second square times the value of height, 1.5 meters. 1 times 9.8, we have 9.8 kilogram meter per second square times 1.5 meters. 9.8 times 1.5 is 14.7 kilogram meter squared per second squared. Or, the answer is 14.7 Newton meter or joules. So that is the total potential energy of the book. Since we already learned that the stored energy has the potential to do work once released, think of water held in a dam. It has potential energy. Once released, the water has the potential to move objects along its way. the potential energy of the water is transformed into kinetic energy. As an object falls, the potential energy decreases because it is transformed to kinetic energy. The higher the object is from the ground, the greater its potential energy. Springs and rubber bands are called elastics, which is another type of potential energy.
Thank you mga ka-Super Science sa pagtutok sa ating learning episode today. So sana samahan nyo pa rin si Ma'am Mitch sa ating mga susunod na learning episode. Bye mga ka-Super Science! Keep safe!